Hello and welcome to Mouse in the Mitten Trivia Pod, a podcast where you can test your Disney trivia knowledge over a variety of topics. My name is Court and I will be your host. Our game will consist of 5 rounds of 6 questions covering everything from your basic Disney knowledge to some unknown facts. Each question is worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mouse in the Mitten. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and also turn on that bell for notifications. Now, there are things that are changing all the time down in Disney. We have an issue now where there might be another hurricane that's going to come across Florida, and that might cause some changes in whatever planning you got going on. If you need any help navigating those waters, all you got to do is email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com. We can get you all set and all taken care of. But let's dive into today's game. In today's game, we're going to start out round 1 by celebrating a famous Disney birthday. Today is Jodi Benson's birthday, and she is very well known for a lot of different roles, primarily one big role, but a lot of different roles, and she is a Disney legend. So let's get started here with question number 1 on Jodi Benson. Within 2, what year was Jodi Benson born? Question number 2. What 1989 movie character is Benson best known for voicing? Question number 3. What Robin Williams movie did Benson lead her voice to as a flying robot? Question number 4. What 1994 Warner Brothers movie did Benson voice the title character? Question number 5. Within 2, what year did Benson and her husband get married? And question number 6. In what live-action film was Benson an assistant and had no sung lines in the movie? All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return for this birthday celebration. Let's get some answers here on a beloved birthday. So question number 1. Within 2, what year was Jodi Benson born? Well, she was born on October 10th, 1961. So in order to get the point there, would have had to say between 1959 and 1963. So she actually became active within her acting and singing roles in about 1982. So she was only about 20 years old when she started making her impact on the acting world. And then of course in 1989 we saw her biggest role, and we're going to talk about that one next, and that's question number 2. What 1989 movie character is Benson known for voicing? Well, she is best known as Ariel. She has reprised this role several times, whether it's through singing or voice acting. She has reprised this role. Most recently, there was like a Disney Princess Lego short that they made in which King Triton had been captured. Ariel was in that. She voiced Ariel for that short, and it was really good. So she's still very active with Disney as Ariel. Question number 3. What Robin Williams movie did Benson lend her voice to as a flying robot? Well, that was Flubber. She played Weeaboo, who was the little yellow flying robot that once in a while the screen would pop up with something on it, and she would fly around helping Robin Williams' character solve some of the problems that he was experiencing. So yeah, that was her. Question number 4. What 1994 Warner Brothers movie did Benson voice the title character? Well, that would be Thumbelina. Now, I can see why this one might be construed as a Disney movie. It kind of does look like a Disney movie, and with her lending her voice to it, it has kind of that Disney movie vibe, but technically it is a Warner Brothers movie. It's pretty good too. Question number 5. Within 2, what year did Benson and her husband get married? Well, they got married in 1984. So in order to get the point there, would have had to say between 1982 and 1986. And they actually have a couple of kids together. One is making her mark on Broadway right now and is doing a lot of really good shows on Broadway and is getting a lot of good feedback from it as well. So she's might be up and coming, trying to maybe fill those shoes that her mom once started growing in. Last but not least, question number 6. In what live action film was Benson an assistant and has no sung lines in the movie? Well, that would be Enchanted. Now, she is not the only singer in that movie that had no lines. Idea Menzel also was in that movie, and she did not sing a single line, which was very heartbreaking. So you had two very good voices that did not sing a single line. Don't worry, in Disenchanted, Idea Menzel had a couple of songs, so that made up for it a little bit. But I think that was a time where Idea Menzel was like, I'm trying to get away from it, and from singing all the roles. I get it, but it was also a really cool way to include one of the more well-known Disney princesses in that movie. But hey, again, it is Jodie Benson's birthday today, so if she sees this, which I doubt, hopefully she does, just want to wish her a happy birthday and thank you for all the contributions to Disney. Continuing on now into round number 2. Round number 2 is our fast facts. For this round, I will have simple questions that have simple answers. Today's category is Goofy's how-tos. So back in the 40s and 50s, Disney released a bunch of shorts featuring Goofy on how to do certain things. Some of them were sports, some of them were everyday activities. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a year and a brief description of the activity. You just have to tell me, what is Goofy trying to show us how to do? So let's get started with question number 1. 1953. Activity done at night for most people with a goal of 8 hours. Question number 2. 1952. Police position that solves mysteries. Sherlock Holmes. Question number 3. 1944. Sport that was first played by Rutgers and Princeton in 1869. Question number 4. 1944. Sport focused around 4 majors, one where you win a green jacket. Question number 5. 1942. Sport with 9 positions on the field and are currently in their playoffs. And question number 6. 1941, a mode of getting down a mountain with poles in your hands. Now, some of these definitely, they show their age a little bit. All of these are on Disney Plus, so if you are interested in watching them, they are interesting to watch because we're talking about 40s and 50s here. Definitely a different time than 2024, but it's always a fun little watch as well. So question number 1. 1953, activity done at night for most people with a goal of 8 hours. That is sleep. Obviously, most of us are trying to get 8 hours. A lot of us don't, but most of us sleep at night. There's a good conglomerate of people that don't as well, but Goofy shows us how to sleep. Question number 2. 1952, police position that solves mysteries. Sherlock Holmes, that is a detective. He shows us how to solve mysteries, how to look at clues, everything else like that. Now, let's go on to question number 3. 1944, sport that was first played by Rutgers and Princeton in 1869. Well, that is football. Now, even in watching that, comparing the game of football then to what it is now is just it's funny to me how much the game has evolved since that year. But that one especially, just some of the jokes that are in there and some of the quips and one-liners and that, it's hilarious. Question number 4. 1944, sport focused around 4 majors, one where you win a green jacket. Well, that is golf. Now, the 4 majors might have thrown you might have thought tennis. He does not have a tennis one, but he does have a golf one. That's why I put that little line in there about the green jacket, because at the majors, if you win it, you get a green jacket. So something that's kind of fun. Question number 5. 1942, sport with 9 positions on the field that are currently in the playoffs. Well, that is baseball. Now, obviously, America's pastime, been around for a long time. No surprise that one of the first how-tos that they did was on baseball. It just fit. Last but not least, question number 6. 1941, a mode of getting down a mountain with poles in your hands. That is skiing. This was the first one that they put out in 1941. Now, like I said, we listed 6 of them. I believe there's like 4 or 5 more. and they're all on Disney Plus. If you get a chance to check them out, they are a lot of fun. Again, some of them haven't aged the greatest, but still, if you love Goofy, can't go wrong with Goofy's how-tos. Continuing on now into round number 3. Round number 3 is our connecting the circles. For this round, I'm going to ask you 5 questions that may or may not be Disney related, but the answers do relate somehow through Disney. And that's going to be your 6th and final question, is what is that connection? So let's get started here with question number 1. What movie features a man who fought in the French Revolution and is determined to make one girl his wife, despite her wanting nothing to do with him? Question number 2. What symphonic poem was composed by Paul Dukas and is among the most performed and recorded works of Dukas, including what well-known scene from Fantasia with the same name? Question number 3. What is considered the first movie of the Disney Renaissance? Question number 4. What movie features the talents of Chance the Rapper, Chiwetel Ejiofor, John Oliver, Don Glover, and Keegan-Michael Key? Question number 5. El Diez de Muertos is celebrated in what Pixar movie? And question number 6 is what is that connection? I'm looking for more here than they are Disney movies. There's something that binds these movies together in another way. So I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. Let's see if we can connect those circles. So question number 1. What movie features a man who fought in the French Revolution and is determined to make one girl his wife, despite her wanting nothing to do with him? We're talking about Beauty and the Beast. Of course, this is a subplot. But of course, we're talking about Gaston trying to make Belle his wife. That war that he fought in, that he talks about, I haven't felt that urge since I went to war. He's talking about the French Revolution. So that one is Beauty and the Beast. Question number 2. What symphonic poem was composed by Paul Dukas and is among the most performed and recorded works of Dukas, including what well-known scene from Fantasia with the same name? That is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The dun 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 dun. That is The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and that is the same name of that piece of music, is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. So that's where they got the name for the short. That's where they got the name for the music. So just a cool connection there. And plus, it's one of the most iconic scenes from Fantasia. Question number 3. What is considered the first movie of the Disney Renaissance? Well, that is The Little Mermaid. We already talked a little bit about The Little Mermaid with Jodie Benson's birthday today. But yeah, that is considered one of the first movies of the Renaissance. Question number 4. What movie features the talents of Chance the Rapper, Chiwetel Ejiofor, John Oliver, Don Glover, and Keegan-Michael Key? Well, that is The Lion King. That is the live-action Lion King that we are talking about there. So if I had Beyonce, I figured that would be a little too easy there, but we're talking about the live-action Lion King there. Question number 5. El Diez de Muertos is a celebration in what Pixar movie? Well, that is Coco. That is all about the Day of the Dead. That's all about how Coco wants to go over and wants to, be like Ernesto de la Cruz and everything else like that. And it all surrounds the Day of the Dead. And one of my favorite movies to watch also on that day in celebration as well. Last but not least, question number 6 is what is the connection? We had answers such as Beauty and the Beast, Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, and Coco. The connection there? Those are all songs or movies featured in Mickey's PhilharMagic. Now, Mickey's PhilharMagic is a great show, my personal opinion, at Magic Kingdom. It's technically considered 4D, and that's because, there's smells, you get wet, all that sort of stuff. That's what makes it kind of 4D. But round number 4 is going to be a continuation of the celebration of Mickey's PhilharMagic. And that is because this week in history, the very first opening of Mickey's PhilharMagic opened up. So we're going to talk about one of my favorite ways to get out of the heat whenever I'm down in Disney, and one of my favorite shows that just, it always makes me smile, always makes me laugh. And I mean, it features a very famous duck, so I'm always happy about that. So let's get started here with question number 1. On October 8, 2003, what park opened the first version of PhilharMagic? Question number 2. Name the only park to not have PhilharMagic. Question number 3. Who do we follow from scene to scene trying to get the sorcerer's hat back? Question number 4. What song or movie was the newest addition to the show? Question number 5. Who is the stage manager for the concert hall where the PhilharMagic is performing? And question number 6. George Scribner is the director of the show. What other Disney animated movie did Scribner direct? All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. All right, let's get some answers here on Mickey's PhilharMagic. So question number 1. On October 8th, 2003, what park opened the first version of PhilharMagic? Well, that would be Magic Kingdom in Disney World. That was the first one. From there, it's spread all the way around the world. Now, the order of when they've added or taken away certain parts of the show it doesn't start with Magic Kingdom. It started at other parks as well when they've added certain scenes or taken things away. But the OG, the original PhilharMagic, is in Magic Kingdom. Question number 2. Name the only park to not have PhilharMagic. Well, that is Shanghai. Now, Hong Kong has it, Tokyo, Paris, California Adventures, and obviously Disney World has it. The only one right now is Shanghai. I don't know if there's plans to have it at some point there, but as of right now, they do not. Question number 3. Who do we follow from scene to scene trying to get the sorcerer's hat back? Well, that is Donald Duck. Now, he, of course, is trying to help Mickey get set up for this concert. Mickey says, hey, don't touch my hat. He's like, ooh, great opportunity. Puts the hat on and then goes from scene to scene. And of course, at least in Magic Kingdom, you get to see him behind you as well as he falls down and you hear his famous struggling the sort of thing. So again, he's everyone's favorite duck, so it's also very funny. Question number 4. What song or movie was the newest addition to the show? Well, the newest addition is Un Poco Loco from Coco. So if you had said Un Poco Loco or if you had said Coco, give yourself the point there. It's a really cool scene. We join him on the cart as it's flying through the sky, and the 4D effect that comes with it is the smell of smoke as you get the fire blown into you. And of course, you got your Opry glasses on, so it feels like the flame is coming right at you. It's really, really cool. It definitely, when we went down there last time with my parents, that was one of their favorite parts. So it's a really cool part. Question number 5. Who is the stage manager for the concert hall where the PhilharMagic is performing? That honor goes to Goofy. Now, we do hear Minnie's voice as well, but as you're waiting for the concert venue doors to open, you hear stage manager Goofy giving cues. You also hear him like walking back and forth, and you hear the and like him moving things and the cat and everything else like that. So stage hand goes to Goofy. And then when you initially see it, the screen is just very small, but it actually opens up to the Magic Kingdom one is, I think, like the biggest 3D screen in the world, or one of the biggest ones in North America. It's huge. It's 150 feet long. Last but not least, question number 6. George Scribner is the director of the show. What other Disney animated movie did Scribner direct? Well, he is best known for Oliver and Company. He did a great job with that, and then Disney, when they were coming up with this idea, Obviously, we're talking about 2003, but the idea was fostered way before that. They gave that honor to him, and he put together a great show. And it's one that's been around for 20 plus years now. Again, great way to kind of get out of the heat. It's fun. It's nostalgic. It's cool to see how they modernized The Little Mermaid and Aladdin to today, and then Peter Pan as well to kind of today a little bit more 3D, but it is really cool and definitely a fun way to get out of the heat. Last but not least, we are going to head into round number 5 now. Traditionally, round number 4 is our movie anniversary round, but I wanted to connect that to our Connecting the Circles and to Mickey's Fill Our Magic. So we're going to move our movie anniversary to round number 5. Now, similar to last week, we are going to cover a whole collection of movies here. Round number 4 is titled Halloween Town. This is going to cover a good majority of the movies of Halloween Town. And I mean, we are in the season of Halloween. So let's get started here with question number 1. How many full-length Halloween Town movies were made? Question number 2. Who is the original mayor of Halloween Town and lends his name to the second movie? Question number 3. What famous actress plays the grandmother who lives in Halloween Town? Question number 4. In what Northwest state was where Halloween Town was filmed and every year has a celebration similar to the movie? Question number 5. What is the nickname of the school Marnie goes to in the last film? And question number 6. Judith Hoag missed the premiere of what movie she was in to film the first Halloween Town? All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. All right, let's give you some answers here on Halloween Town. So question number 1. How many full-length Halloween Town movies were made? Well, there were 4 total Halloween Town movies made. Now, recently they've come out with some shorts, a couple little things here and there that are exclusive to Disney Plus, but when it comes to full-length movies, they made 4 of them. Question number 2. Who is the original mayor of Halloween Town and lends his name to the second movie? Well, that is Calabar, and obviously the second one is Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. Obviously, I mean, it's sorry if it's a spoiler alert here, Calabar ends up being the bad guy, but a little bit of a twist there. It's kind of similar to Frozen situation where he's really nice, he seems like he's really cool. Plot twist, he's not, and he comes back for his revenge in number 2. Question number 3. What famous actress played the grandmother who lives in Halloween Town? Well, that is Debbie Reynolds. Now, up through the third movie, apparently she would introduce herself to the younger actors as Princess Leia's mom because, well, she is her mom. And that's how she would introduce herself, even after everyone's like, oh, that's Debbie, you know, she's great, she's so cool, da, 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 da. She would still introduce herself that way, just because at the time, that's what people were kind of connecting those dots to, and it had been a little bit since Debbie Reynolds was at the peak of her fame, but still very well known, very well respected. Question number 4. In what Northwest state was where Halloween Town was filmed and every year has a celebration similar to the movie? Well, that is St. Helens, Oregon. Now, if you just said Oregon, that's all I'm looking for is the state. But yeah, that was in St. Helens. And every year they pull out the big pumpkin, they make it look like Halloween Town. It's a big celebration. It's definitely, if you're a Halloween Town fan or just a fan of spooky season in general, has to be on your checklist to go and check it out during the month of October. Question number 5. What is the nickname of the school Marnie goes to in the last film? Well, that is Witch U. Now, she goes to Halloween Town University, in which everyone gives it the nickname Witch U, and she goes there to fulfill a prophecy and everything else like that. It's definitely a good ending to the movie series. Last but not least, question number 6. Judith Hoag missed the premiere of what movie she was in to film the first Halloween Town? Well, she missed the premiere of Armageddon. She was in Armageddon. If you've ever seen it, there's a scene where the guy goes to the house, knocks on the door, and the little boy's like, "Who's that, mommy?" And she says, "Oh, it's just a salesman." And he says, like, I'm gonna do something very big. And then later on, she says, "Oh, that's the salesman," to the little boy, and that's actually your dad, and that's her. That's the same one that plays the mom in Halloween Town. So cool little connection there. Makes it kind of interesting as well to see just the dynamic of movies that she was in at the time. But again, a great movie series. Spooky season is here. Check it out if it's been a minute. It holds up. It's a lot of fun still. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. I will return next week with more questions and more fun. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mouse in the Mitten. And again, if you're watching us over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and turn on that bell for notifications. In the comments down below, let us know what your score is. Now, if you're listening to us, make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts. If Apple is your thing, make sure you download us everywhere else. Wherever you can, leave a 5-star review. Would really, really love it. Now, hey, if you are planning a Disney vacation or thinking about a Disney vacation, I would love to help make sure that everything is as magical as it possibly can be. All you got to do is email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com. We can get you all set and all taken care of. Well, hey, my name's Court. The dog's name is Milo. I appreciate you tuning in this week, and I will see you next time.